What's up, guys? Possibly some ladies as well. Ryan here at the Kostroski show. Been away for a few days, as I discussed, because of the one video I did last week. Had some lower back issues. For anybody who's my age, and I'm approaching the age of 40, it happens. It sucks, doesn't it? I mean, you can't really do much when you can't move around. Like I could lay on the ground, I could walk, and I was okay, but sitting is like borderline impossible. And everybody listening to this who's up there in age is probably agreeing, whether it's your back, shoulder, hip, knee, whatever it might be, it just kind of sucks. Old age is no fun. And the lower back is super annoying because it just affects the rest of your body and doesn't really allow you to do much. And then I borderline turned into like a drunk for about 3 or 4 days just because it's really the only way to fall asleep. So I wouldn't say I'm partying like it's college or anything like that, but a few whiskeys at the end of the night just to knock you out. It happens. Old age is no fun. And I'm sure we're all kind of been there at some point or the other. I've never had hip issues, but I heard those hurt really, really bad. And anybody with knee issues tells me those hurt really bad. I'm more of a lower back guy, but old age will hit all of us. And for you youngins watching this, it'll get to you eventually. Nobody's foolproof. And, I'm not in great shape, but I try to keep myself in a little bit of shape. So anyway, in the meantime, I wanted to kind of go through something. And I read this quote the other day, scrolling through Facebook, couldn't do a lot of other things. It hurt just to get, your basic normal work done. But for me, this is something I believe wholeheartedly in, and I feel like we'll just read it off if anybody's listening but not reading it. But stop being afraid of what could go wrong and start thinking a positive about what could go right. And if you kind of break this down and review it and just kind of go through it in your mind, too many people live their lives afraid, in my opinion, afraid of what could go wrong and not taking any chances of what could go right. Now, for me, I'm a gambler by nature. I like to take chances. I like gambling. I mean, I enjoy playing blackjack, poker. I don't do as much of it as I would like to, but those are things that I enjoy. I was having some drinks with some friends over the weekend, and everybody is a little bit different. But I was talking to a buddy of mine about just going out and playing craps and stuff like that, and just the rush and the thrill you get from taking chances, but not just going out to a casino, but taking chances in your life. If you don't go for the things that you want, you ain't gonna get them. I mean, that's just really what it comes down to. And I understand some people are more risk takers and some people are more conservative in their nature and they don't want to take chances on things like that. I totally get it. I understand. Don't get me wrong. If this isn't something that you enjoy, if taking a risk, gets you shaking and your knees clicking together and you just can't be happy and you can't relax, maybe risks aren't the thing for you. I know we're all going to be a little bit differently. I enjoy the risk. My wife personally doesn't like to take risks on a lot of things. So she enjoys, the predictability of things. And that's cool. That maybe that's the yin to the yang that works in our relationship. We're all going to be a little bit different on stuff like that. So that's just something that I feel really, really strongly about is that if we stop, guess what's the best way? We stop being afraid to go out there and make things happen that are going to work for you. And it can be anything. If you're a young man or a young woman and there's a certain man or a woman that you're really, really interested in out there, take a chance. You don't know if you don't ask. And this goes back to a video that I brought up a long time ago. If you don't ask for something, you're never going to get it. People won't just walk up to you, hand it to you and say, hey, that dream job that you've always been looking for that you were afraid to ever go out and get? Well, here it is. You just seem like a nice person. That's not the world we live in. I wish that it was. Things would be sweet if they just showed up at your front door. I would love to hear right now and there was $1 million on the porch. Not going to be. If you want to get the things that you think in life are really great, you got to take some risks and take some chances to go do it. I've been doing the whole fantasy sports evaluation for a couple of years now. About 2 months after I started doing it full time, I was at a wedding out on the rooftop of a building in downtown Minneapolis for a buddy of mine from high school and from college, hanging out with some friends I hadn't seen in a while. And when I started telling them about what I was doing, I couldn't believe the reaction from a lot of people. I guess, I take that back. I could believe it. And everybody had tons of questions. And, and the one thing I kept hearing again and again from people was, man, I think that is so cool that you're willing to go out there on your own. You're willing to take that chance. And then a couple of my buddies were a little bit more reserved saying, well, what happens if it doesn't work? And, hey, go out and get another job, I guess is the only way to look at it. It wasn't like I was in a working position that I felt was so great that I couldn't go out and get something replicable to it. But, taking a chance on myself. Is it going to work out for sure? So far, so good, but you don't know. We don't know. I mean, I'm out evaluating daily fantasy sports for a living. That could disappear any day. And at that point, you know what? We'll be scrambling a little bit, but I can die happy in it with knowing that at least I took a chance on doing something that I really cared about and I really loved. And anybody listening to this, that could be you too. It's not just me. There's a million people out there who do it all the time. And why not you? If there's something that you're really passionate about and really care about, go make it happen. If there's somebody that you're really into, go make it, at least try to make it happen. You can't just make that happen. It's got to be consensual on both sides of it. There's got to be consent, obviously, but go out and try to make it happen. Uh, Rejection doesn't hurt that bad. I've been doing sales or some version of it for a long time. And after a couple times getting rejected, you get used to it. It's not the end of the world, but you could spend your whole life wondering why you didn't take a chance on something. And we've all got things in our past. I bet you most of us have things in our past that we regret not trying more than we regret something that we've actually done. So whatever it is, take a chance on yourself. Make it happen. You can do this. Go get it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. More shows coming soon. I can finally sit comfortably again. It's amazing how much easier it is to talk with a smile on your face when you're not grimacing in pain and borderline in tears the whole time. So thanks for watching. Have a good one.